pause right here and do not scroll past this message. This is an urgent divine interception orchestrated specifically for you today. The algorithm did not bring you here by accident, because heaven forcefully routed this exact frequency to your screen right now. You have precisely 72 hours before your reality shifts. If you walk away now, you will miss it. You will leave your spiritual doors completely open and unprotected. A massive shift is happening in the unseen realm tonight, and they are coming to change your life completely. But the enemy wants you to ignore this crucial warning. Do not let your finger touch that screen. Listen closely. Something extraordinary has just occurred in the highest courts of heaven. A specific verdict was declared over your bloodline just 11 minutes ago. Archangel Michael himself has been commissioned with a sacred assignment concerning you, and the angels have already assembled to bring the exact financial breakthrough you begged for. But before they arrive, I need to speak to your heart. I know you have been incredibly tired lately. You wake up suddenly at 3 a.m. with your heart racing, and the heavy anxiety sits on your chest before you even open your eyes. You feel a strange pressure on your shoulders. You think something is physically wrong. Listen to my voice. This sudden exhaustion is not a medical issue. It is a deep spiritual symptom of the heavy burden you carry. You have been the bleeding empath for everyone around you, while you absorb the pain of the room and try to heal others. But when you are the one hurting, you are left completely alone. I saw you crying silently in the dark. I saw you wipe those tears quickly so your family would not see you break. You put on a brave smile during the day, and you push through the crushing weight of survival mode. You try so hard to be the strong one, and yet you feel entirely abandoned by the universe. You feel forgotten. You look around and see others moving forward easily. Their doors are opening while yours remain securely locked. You wonder why everything takes so intensely long for you. You wonder if your past mistakes disqualified you from my grace, and you feel completely isolated and rejected by the people you deeply loved. My beloved child, I have never abandoned you. You think this painful isolation is a punishment for something you did wrong. You think you are losing people because you are just not good enough. The enemy whispers those toxic lies into your mind every single night. But what you call abandonment, heaven calls a divine quarantine. You have lived a life of quiet sacrifices. You gave your pure energy to people who only wanted to drain you. The narcissists smiled in your face while plotting your downfall, and they took your pure light and left you in the cold dark. You forgave them over and over again, but your gentle soul was left bleeding and exhausted. That is why the nights are so hard for you right now. Your mind races with 1,000 anxious thoughts when the house is quiet. You wonder how you will pay the bills next month. You worry about the future of your family while carrying the trauma of your past, and you carry a massive weight that does not belong to you. You are not just walking a normal human path. You are the ultimate cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. You were chosen to break the heavy generational curses of poverty and deep emotional trauma. That is exactly why your life has been so incredibly hard, because the darkness is absolutely terrified of the magnificent light you carry. Because you stood firm in the fire, heaven is sending reinforcements. They have been dispatched from the throne room. These divine helpers are bringing the generational wealth transfer you desperately need. But you must understand the real reason you were isolated first, because if you do not understand the quarantine, you will miss it. The people who walked away from you did not leave by accident. I forced them out of your life to protect your pure aura. I had to clear the physical space around you to make room for the massive wealth that is coming. Stay with me right now, because I am about to pull back the heavy veil on your painful isolation. Let us talk about the silence that has been breaking your heart recently. You gave them absolutely everything you had. You poured your golden energy into their empty cups. And when they finally took all they needed, they walked away without looking back once. while you sat there wondering what you did wrong. You replayed every single conversation in your head, but the truth is, you did nothing wrong. The unexpected betrayal cut you deeper than anyone realizes. The people you trusted with your deepest secrets used them against you. They smiled in your face while they sharpened their knives in the dark. And now, your chest feels tight every single time you think about them. You feel a heavy exhaustion that sleep cannot cure. It is a soul weariness that makes you want to hide completely. My beloved child, I see the hidden scars on your heart today. I know how hard it is to trust anyone anymore. You built a high wall around your spirit because you are terrified of being drained again, and you isolate yourself because being alone feels safer than being misunderstood. But you must understand that their betrayal was not a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their deep darkness. The narcissists and energy vampires were naturally drawn to your blinding light. They saw your pure aura and they desperately wanted to feed on it. You are the bleeding empath who heals those around you. And because of your gentle soul, you ignored the glaring red flags. You kept forgiving them because you saw their brokenness, while they only saw your endless supply of love and constant forgiveness. Now you sit in your quiet room and feel entirely depleted. You wonder why heaven allowed you to experience such intense pain, and you wonder why the people you prayed for were the very ones who stabbed you in the back. This heavy confusion is completely valid. It is perfectly okay to grieve the deep connections you thought would last forever, but do not live in this valley of sorrow. Heaven is validating your pain right now, in this exact moment. Every tear you cried in secret was collected and carefully counted by the angels. Tap the like button right now as a physical act of agreement with what heaven is declaring, because you are ready to release the heavy trauma of their toxic betrayal. Let that simple action be your powerful spiritual signature today. You are choosing your own peace. You have to see this painful rejection through spiritual eyes. What felt like a brutal abandonment was actually my heavy hand of protection. I heard the wicked conversations they had behind your back, and I saw the hidden traps they set for you when you were not looking. I had to remove them from your timeline forcefully. If they stayed, they would have ruined the massive blessing coming to you. This painful season of isolation is a strict divine quarantine. You are a rare anomaly who cannot mix with lower frequencies. I separated you because your pure energy needs to be completely guarded right now. The universe is preparing you for a massive generational wealth transfer, but you cannot hold that frequency if you are still attached to people who drain your precious life force. Stop feeling guilty for cutting the toxic cords. Stop looking back at closed doors and begging them to open again. The people who walked away from you have fulfilled their temporary purpose in your story, and they taught you exactly how to fiercely protect your boundaries. And now you must let them fade into the background forever. You do not need their validation to step into your magnificent destiny. Your spiritual exhaustion will begin to lift very soon. The heavy fog in your mind is clearing out as we speak. Breathe deeply right now and release the names of those who deeply hurt you. You are completely safe here, but there is a deeper layer to this spiritual warfare that you must understand today. You need to know exactly what the enemy is plotting while you are healing in the dark. You have asked me repeatedly in your prayers why I am silent. You look around at your life and see a wall of stillness where you expected a roaring response. You are afraid that I have turned my face away from you, but you are completely wrong. My silence is not my absence. My silence is my protection. You are currently in the most critical phase of your divine transformation. Think about the tallest skyscraper in the city. When the builders begin their work, you do not see a beautiful tower touching the clouds. You see a deep hole in the ground filled with mud and darkness. You see workers laboring away in the dirt for months. No one stops to admire the foundation. Most people walk past and think that nothing is happening because they see no visible progress. But that deep foundation work is the only reason the building will stand against the strongest storms later. If the builders rushed the work to show off a pretty facade without the deep concrete roots, the entire structure would collapse when the wind blows. Your life is exactly like that tower. Right now you are in the hole. You feel the mud. You feel the darkness. You are going through the foundation stage. I am building the structural integrity of your character while you think I have abandoned you in the dirt. I am rooting you deep into the ground so that when your massive blessing finally manifests, you will be strong enough to hold it. Most people would crumble under the weight of the wealth I have prepared for you. You see, the higher the building, the deeper the roots must go into the dark soil. You cannot have a glorious manifestation if your internal structure is weak. You are currently developing the spiritual depth that most people will never achieve in their entire lives. That is why you are different. That is why you are chosen. That is why you were forced into this isolation. I am stripping away the superficial things that kept you fragile. I am removing the external validation you desperately craved because I need you to be anchored in me alone. You do not need the approval of people who could not see your value. You only need the approval of the one who designed your path from the very beginning. Stop fighting the silence. Breathe deeply right now and accept this season of preparation. You are not stuck. You are growing in ways your human eyes cannot see yet. The silence is actually a heavy padlock I have placed on your life to stop you from running toward the wrong doors. I am keeping you safe inside the foundation until the perfect moment for the rise. This brings us to a spiritual reality that 99% of people completely ignore. They want the harvest without the rooting. They want the fruits without the labor of the dark. But you are different. You have the heart of a warrior who knows that the best things in life are forged in the quiet. Stay still. You are closer to your dawn than you think. You are a rare anomaly among humanity. You were not designed to be comfortable in the shallow waters of this world. You were designed for the deep ocean of purpose. Every time you felt like giving up, you were actually growing a new root in the spirit. That struggle was just the soil pressing against you to make you stronger. You have done the hard inner work. Now heaven is preparing to release the physical manifestation of all your quiet prayers. Do not let the enemies convince you this is just another coincidence. Your root system is finally deep enough to support the massive structure of your destiny. Everything is shifting in your favor as we speak. Keep trusting the quiet work. Now, my beloved child, let us address the heavy stones you carry. You secretly blame yourself for the deep isolation you feel today. You sit alone and scrutinize every little mistake you made. And you convince yourself that your tragic flaws drove everyone away. You think they walked away because you were broken. You believe you are not good enough. But you believe a massive lie today. The enemy wants you to live in constant self-condemnation. He wants you to replay your old failures on a loop in your mind every night. He tells you that your current loneliness is a strict punishment for the times you stumbled. But I am telling you today that your past does not define your magnificent future because heaven has already erased your debts. You are completely forgiven. Your mistakes are washed away. You must stop judging yourself through the eyes of blind people. Their departure had nothing to do with your worth. They did not leave because you were inadequate in any way. They walked away because your rising frequency made them incredibly uncomfortable while they were secretly feeding on your energy. It was never your flaw, it was their severe limitation. You are the bleeding empath who gave everything to heal them. You loved them with a pure energy they never experienced before. But you cannot keep toxic people in your sacred space forever. Heaven removed them to protect your pure aura, and the universe created a powerful shield to block their access. Your gentle soul is not a weakness. It is a brilliant weapon of light. I need you to release the heavy shame you have been carrying. I want you to take all those painful memories and throw them into the deepest ocean right now. Heaven does not keep a record of your healed scars. You are not a flawed product of your difficult past because you are being reshaped in the hands of a deeply patient potter. You are a quiet master of reality. You constantly strive for perfection because you are terrified of being rejected again. You exhaust yourself trying to be the perfect friend and the perfect partner. But the universe never asked you to be flawless. Heaven only asked you to be completely authentic. You do not need to earn your place in my kingdom because you were born to walk through this life with a royal seat at my table. Accept your crown today. Take one slow and deep breath right now and drop the heavy baggage. Notice the tightness in your chest beginning to finally melt away. You do not have to apologize for being exactly who you are. The divine plan requires your unique energy, and your supposed flaws are actually the exact traits that make you the ultimate cycle breaker. You are beautiful. You are totally worthy. The people who abandoned you were never meant to finish with you. They were temporary actors in the grand play of your life. Do not let their exit make you doubt your incredible value. You are a rare anomaly who is destined for greatness. Your isolation was a necessary cocoon to protect your fragile wings while you transformed entirely in the dark. Your time is approaching fast. You are finally waking up to the glorious truth of your identity. You are not a victim who is constantly failing at life. You are a magnificent storm that is gathering immense power. The season of apologizing for your high standards is officially over today, and you must stand tall in your divine authority to claim your ultimate birthright. The wealth transfer requires a confident vessel to hold it safely. Every time you feel the sting of regret, I want you to remember this exact moment. You have paid your dues in full. The karmic debt of your bloodline has been completely erased by your silent tears. You do not owe anyone an explanation for the boundaries you set, because you are stepping into a pristine new chapter where your past simply cannot touch you anymore. You are totally free. Do not mistake my process for punishment. Let me pull back the veil on what is really happening in the unseen realm right now. While you are sitting here healing your broken heart, your enemies are watching you closely, and they are secretly panicking because they see the massive light surrounding your beautiful aura. They thought their sudden departure would destroy your spirit, but there is a deadly snare hiding right in the tall grass before your finish line. Let me show you the unseen battlefield right now. I want you to pause and look at your life through the eyes of heaven instead of your human anxiety. You thought the people who betrayed you were winning in life. You watched them walk away with a proud smile on their faces while you were left completely shattered. But their perceived victory is a massive illusion. The people who smiled in your face while plotting your downfall are currently watching your rise in absolute panic. The narcissists who tried to drain your pure energy are starving in the cold dark. They desperately need your bright light. They realize they made a fatal miscalculation when they betrayed your deep trust. They truly thought you would beg them to stay. They expected your beautiful spirit to crumble completely without their toxic validation. But heaven stepped in and established a strict divine quarantine around your aura. This protective shield is a blinding wall of fire that they simply cannot cross. They try to look into your new life every day, but the spiritual firewall completely blocks their dark access. You are unreachable. Do you know why they are so incredibly terrified right now? Because the boomerang of divine justice has already been released from my throne. Everything they tried to steal from your pure energy is currently being multiplied and redirected right back into your hands. They dug deep pits for you to fall into, but they have become the very pits they are falling into today. You do not need to lift a single finger to defend your good name. You are a quiet master of reality. Your profound silence is a heavy padlock on the door against the enemy, and it drives them absolutely crazy when you refuse to react to their childish manipulation. They want to trigger your gentle soul. They want you to step out of your protected space to fight them. Do not let them pull you back into the dirty mud. Take one slow and deep breath right now and anchor yourself in this triumphant victory. You can feel the heavy chains of their psychological control finally breaking off your tired shoulders. You are the ultimate cycle breaker, and you have officially outgrown the low-frequency environments that kept you trapped. They watch you from a distance and wonder how you survived their absolute worst attacks. They do not understand the invisible angelic army that surrounds you day and night. You are a magnificent weapon of light. When they tried to bury you, they did not realize you were a powerful seed planted in rich soil. Your divine quarantine was the ultimate incubator for your success. Now they are trapped in the exact miserable reality they tried to create for your future. This is the flawless law of divine provision, taking absolute control over the situation. You did not wish harm upon them because your heart is incredibly pure. But the universe must balance the energetic scales permanently. The compensation for all your quiet sacrifices is released. Listen to me very carefully now, for what I am about to speak will alter your entire timeline. Do not feel sorry for those energy vampires when their season of severe harvest arrives. You must keep your eyes looking completely forward today. If you look back with pity, you risk opening a tiny crack in your protective shield. You must protect your sacred peace. Your divine assignment with those toxic individuals is permanently finished. They can no longer touch your mind or manipulate your gentle emotions. Heaven has totally revoked their access to your precious life force. You are stepping into a glorious era of total vindication, where your defeated enemies become your footstool. But there is a crucial step you must take. To safely hold the massive generational wealth transfer, you must prepare your physical vessel. You cannot afford to carry any lingering bitterness into your beautiful new chapter. The panicked narcissists are already fading into complete obscurity, while your specific name is being spoken in the highest courts of heaven. Your ultimate triumph is officially secured today. Before we go any deeper, I need you to understand one vital truth. Hit subscribe to establish a divine energy receiving station around your aura. You have walked through the burning fire of absolute betrayal. You survived the dark nights when nobody came to rescue you. And now, you must learn the quiet art of divine obedience before the massive blessing fully arrives. The universe is currently asking you to clear your physical and mental space. You must completely empty your hands right now. You cannot receive a massive generational wealth transfer if you are still holding on to the heavy trauma of your painful yesterday. I know it feels incredibly frightening to let go of everything you know, but absolute obedience requires you to drop the dead weight so you can rise. Your obedience is not about working harder or grinding yourself into dust. You have already exhausted yourself trying to force heavy doors open. The elite forces want you to believe that constant struggle is the only way to succeed, but heaven operates on a completely different frequency today. Your absolute obedience simply means surrendering your anxious need to control every single outcome in your life. I need you to rest your weary bones today. You must actively prepare your physical vessel to hold the immense frequency of your coming inheritance. If heaven dropped the massive blessing right now, your nervous system would completely shatter. You process energy deeply. You feel everything intensely. You are a rare anomaly who processes invisible energy on a much deeper level than anyone else. Take one slow and deep breath right now. Feel the heavy tension leaving your tired shoulders immediately. You are stepping into a profound season of divine alignment. You must protect your energy like a fiercely guarded fortress, because every single interaction matters immensely. Do not engage in meaningless arguments with people who are committed to misunderstanding your beautiful soul. and simply walk away quietly. You are officially evolving into a quiet master of reality. A true master does not scream to prove their incredible power. They sit completely still, while the universe aligns everything perfectly in their absolute favor. This is the powerful obedience I am asking from you today. Stop striving for temporary validation. Stop rushing the divine timing that was beautifully appointed for your specific timeline. My precious child, you are expanding your energetic capacity. You are creating a massive void in your life right now. And the universe simply cannot resist filling a pure void with unimaginable abundance. Your current emptiness is not a curse or a tragic failure. It is a sacred container being vigorously scrubbed clean so it can hold the pure gold of your ultimate destiny. Do not rush this delicate process. The generational wealth transfer requires a vessel of absolute purity. It requires a gentle soul who will not be easily corrupted by the illusion of sudden power. That is exactly why you were chosen for this specific mission. You are the ultimate cycle breaker who will use this incredible provision to heal your entire bloodline. But you must remain completely obedient to the quiet whispers of the Holy Spirit today. When I tell you to pause, you must pause. When I tell you to walk away, you must leave without looking back once. Your precise obedience is the heavy padlock that secures your massive blessing. The dark forces are actively looking for a tiny crack in your pristine armor today. They desperately hope you will become impatient. They want you to step out of the divine quarantine entirely too early. Do not give them that satisfaction. Keep your mind firmly anchored in the present moment. You have survived the absolute worst of the raging storm. Now you must simply wait in the quiet peace of the aftermath while I arrange the final details. The angels are heavily guarding your perimeter as we speak. Breathe into this complete safety. Your massive vindication is being delivered to your front door right now. Breathe deeply right now. Let the noise of the world fade completely, because heaven has a totally different perspective today. I want you to rest here for a peaceful moment. You have been fighting unseen battles for so incredibly long. You are exhausted from being the strong one for absolutely everyone else. Your gentle soul desperately needs a quiet sanctuary to simply breathe. I want to remind you of something profoundly beautiful today. You think your quiet sacrifices went completely unnoticed by the universe. You remember the times you gave your last dollar to someone in desperate need. You remember staying up until dawn to comfort a crying friend. And then those exact people walked away without ever saying a simple thank you. You felt entirely used, but heaven keeps a flawless record of every single sacrifice. I was watching when you chose to be kind while your own heart was heavily bleeding. I saw you swallow your painful pride to keep the peace in highly toxic rooms. The angels were writing down every single act of pure love you gave away. Your beautiful energy was never wasted in the dark. It was heavily invested. You are the rare anomaly who loves without asking for receipts. You gave freely because your spirit is inherently generous and pure. But the universe operates on a strict law of energetic exchange. Every ounce of healing you poured into broken people has been securely stored in your heavenly account. Your spiritual bank is currently overflowing with massive divine interest. My beloved child, I need you to drop your heavy armor right now. You do not have to fight for your worth anymore. The season of proving yourself to blind people is completely over today. You can finally take off the heavy cape you have worn for decades. You are completely safe inside this divine quarantine, and you are allowed to simply exist without producing anything. Stop striving for just a moment. Close your eyes and let the profound peace wash over your tired body. You have carried the heavy burdens of your entire bloodline on your fragile shoulders. You absorbed the generational trauma so your future children would not have to suffer. You are the ultimate cycle breaker, and heaven honors your incredible resilience today. It is perfectly okay if you feel totally exhausted right now. The profound fatigue you feel is simply the physical release of years of survival mode. Your nervous system is finally realizing that the immediate danger has totally passed. You do not have to scan the room for threats anymore. The narcissists and energy vampires have been permanently removed from your sacred space. I want you to prepare your heart for a massive transition. You are incredibly used to giving everything away, but you are not used to receiving anything good. The thought of sudden abundance actually terrifies your gentle soul a little bit. You wonder if there is a hidden trap attached to the blessing. You wonder if the universe will eventually take it all away again. But this time is completely different. This massive blessing comes with absolutely no sorrow attached to it. It is the pure compensation for your years of silent suffering in the dark. The universe is finally balancing your karmic scales forever, and heaven is wiping every single tear from your weary eyes today. You must give yourself absolute permission to receive this incredible gift. You are totally worthy. Now, my precious child, open your spirit wide. The quiet resting station is coming to a beautiful end. The heavy winter of your intense isolation is officially melting away today. You have rested well in the shadows, and now you must stand up to face the glorious morning sun. The divine messengers have arrived at your front door. Listen to me very carefully now. The long winter of your soul is officially over today. You asked me who was coming to change your life so suddenly. You wondered if it was just another toxic person disguised as a friend while you were desperately trying to heal your broken heart in the dark. But the footsteps you hear in the spirit belong to the divine helpers. The angels have arrived. They carry the exact manifestation of your deepest prayers. A massive generational wealth transfer has just been signed in the courts of heaven. Your specific name is written in letters of fire on the divine ledger, and within the next 72 hours you will experience a completely miraculous shift in your earthly reality that no human logic can explain. Your absolute vindication is finally here. This is the perfect divine alignment, taking absolute control over your destiny today. The banks that rejected you will suddenly approve you. The heavy debts that suffocated you are being permanently erased by my hand. Heaven is pouring pure abundance into the clean vessel you prepared while you were suffering silently in the dark isolation. You are receiving your magnificent birthright. You are officially evolving into a quiet master of reality. The days of begging for crumbs from empty tables are completely over. Children of the kingdom are not born to live off the tiny leftovers that fall to the floor. You were born to walk through this life with the profound awareness that you have a permanent seat at my royal table. Claim your crown right now. The enemy tried extremely hard to block this exact moment. They deployed narcissists and toxic friends to drain your precious energy. They wanted you to forfeit this massive blessing before the angels could deliver it. But your divine quarantine worked flawlessly to protect your pure aura from their desperate attacks when they tried to pull you back down. The spiritual firewall held strong. Your massive inheritance is completely safe. I want you to feel the massive shift in the atmosphere around you. The heavy pressure on your chest is entirely gone. The spiritual chains of generational poverty are breaking off your bloodline right now. You are the rare anomaly who survived the crushing weight of the deep valley while keeping your gentle soul incredibly pure. Heaven is giving you the keys to the kingdom today. The freezing winter of your painful isolation is officially over. The glorious spring of your sudden abundance has finally arrived. You do not have to struggle in the dark anymore. Your beautiful light is about to blind every single person who doubted your incredible calling. They will watch you rise in absolute shock while the angels elevate you to your rightful position of power and endless grace. Step into the light. My beloved child, you must open your hands wide to receive this. Do not shrink back because you feel unworthy. Do not let the heavy trauma of your painful past convince you that this massive blessing is some kind of cosmic mistake. The universe makes absolutely no mistakes when it comes to your divine destiny. The angels are standing right in front of you with your provision. Accept your beautiful reward. Your pure energy is exactly what this broken world needs right now. I am giving you this immense wealth so you can heal your entire family. You will use this divine provision to become a powerful beacon of hope for others who are still trapped in the dark. Your silent tears have watered the rich soil. The glorious harvest is absolutely ready today. You are finally home. Every single door that was slammed in your face is about to swing wide open. The people who rejected you will have absolutely no access to this protected portal. They cannot touch the glorious reality that is unfolding for you right now. You are walking into a season of effortless manifestation where your quiet thoughts become beautiful miracles instantly because heaven is responding to your pure vibration. Prepare your fragile heart. But wait. Do not let your guard down just yet. The massive blessing is standing right at your front door today, and the enemy is in an absolute panic because they are terrified of the inheritance you are about to receive. They know they cannot stop the angels from delivering your wealth, so they are deploying one final illusion to make you forfeit it willingly. Listen to me very carefully now. The final trap is a deadly illusion of your painful past. You will see a toxic ex returning with a fake apology very soon, or a fake financial opportunity will suddenly appear to deeply distract you. It will look incredibly shiny and perfect on the outside, but inside it is a dark snare designed entirely to drain your pure energy. They know exactly how to trigger your gentle soul. They know you are the bleeding empath who loves to give second chances to broken people. The darkness is throwing this counterfeit reality at you to see if you will step out of your divine quarantine today. If you entertain their toxic counterfeits, you will literally block the wealth transfer. You must ignore it completely today. Heaven requires a secure physical container to hold this massive frequency. If you hesitate at the threshold, the enemy will instantly scramble the divine signal, and you will lose the exact blessing you prayed for. You must anchor this glorious reality right now. Do not stay passive while the thief tries to steal your royal crown. The mighty angels are waiting for your specific command. You must build a blinding wall of fire right now. Type 777 below to establish a divine energy receiving station around your beautiful aura. Let that sacred number act as a heavy padlock on the door against the enemy, because they are terrified of your new authority. This is your spiritual signature before heaven today. Do not let the enemy convince you to stay completely silent. Type 777 to permanently seal this reality. When you make this physical move, you instantly blind the narcissists who are watching your rise, and you shut the heavy door on their faces. Make your physical move right now before the portal closes. They cannot penetrate a timeline that is securely sealed by your faith. Your immediate obedience is the absolute key to locking your massive blessing. If you feel the Holy Spirit prompting your heart today, you can also sow a financial seed. Sow a massive financial seed today via Super Thanks to activate the massive multiplication of your harvest. The universe operates on the flawless law of the energetic exchange, and heaven always rewards the pure soul who gives without fear. When you support our ministry, you keep this massive protective shield growing, but whatever you do, you must take action immediately. The spiritual window is closing very quickly tonight. Do not walk away from this screen without leaving your powerful spiritual signature, because your physical action proves your faith to the universe. If you leave your doors unlocked, the shadows will creep back. The universe demands absolute certainty from a chosen one today. Claim your magnificent birthright right now. Once you type that sacred code, the firewall is fully activated. You will feel an immediate energetic shift in your physical body. The heavy anxiety that usually attacks you at night will completely vanish forever, and your mind will finally experience the profound peace you deserve. You are locking yourself inside a highly protected portal today. The divine quarantine is now a fortress of absolute wealth. You have survived the absolute worst of their vicious attacks. You passed the final test with incredible grace and profound strength. The toxic illusions are dissolving into thin air right now because your pure light is simply too bright for them. You have fully secured the generational wealth transfer for your entire bloodline. Now it is time to finally rest your soul. Now, my beloved child, you can finally breathe. The furious storm has completely passed and your beautiful timeline is totally secure. You do not have to fight the heavy winds anymore today. The old version of you who begged for love is permanently dead today, and you have officially evolved into a quiet master of reality. You are standing on completely solid ground. I want you to lay down those heavy stones right now. Every single mistake you made in the dark past is thrown into the deepest ocean. You do not need to carry that heavy guilt anymore. Heaven has completely forgotten your past failures, and you must give yourself the exact same profound grace today. You are a magnificent weapon of light. You are totally forgiven. You do not need to raise your gentle voice to defend yourself ever again. Your profound silence is now a blinding shield that makes your enemies incredibly terrified. When they try to whisper toxic lies, your quiet authority completely shatters their fragile illusions, and they realize they have absolutely no power over your beautiful mind. You do not argue with lower frequencies today. You simply observe them fading away into the dark. Stop striving for just a quiet moment. You have spent your entire life trying to be the perfect anchor for absolutely everyone else, but tonight you are allowed to simply exist in this pure divine love. You do not have to produce anything to be completely worthy. The universe loves you exactly as you are right now. You are entirely enough. The massive generational wealth transfer is completely secured in your beautiful name. The angels are heavily guarding your physical perimeter while you sleep peacefully tonight. The heavy chains of poverty and deep sorrow are broken forever, and you are the ultimate cycle breaker who is finally receiving your royal crown. You have a permanent seat at my table. You must learn to trust this glorious calm. Your nervous system is so used to constant chaos that this deep peace feels a bit strange to you. Do not look for another hidden trap, because there is absolutely none here. The universe is finally giving you the soft landing you desperately prayed for. You can fully relax your tired jaw right now. You are completely safe now inside this beautiful sanctuary. The heavy darkness cannot touch your pure aura ever again. But outside this highly protected space, there is a gentle soul sitting in the cold dark. They are crying the exact same tears you cried yesterday, and they are desperately begging heaven for a clear sign today. They feel entirely abandoned. You are not just a survivor of the terrible storm. You are a powerful beacon of blinding light for the utterly lost. Hit the share button right now and send this specific message to them. Become my prophetic voice and throw a divine lifeline to a bleeding empath who desperately needs to hear this truth. Your simple action could literally save their fragile life. Share this to become a pure conduit for my ultimate power. When you help another gentle soul find their way home, you multiply your own massive blessing, because the universe always rewards a truly generous heart. Now close your beautiful eyes. Let the heavy weight of the world melt off your tired shoulders completely. You are fiercely protected and unconditionally loved. The painful wait is officially over. You have done incredibly well, my precious child. The long spiritual battle is officially over, and the total victory is yours forever. So sleep peacefully tonight, knowing that the universe is working everything out for your absolute best. You are a rare anomaly who changed the world with pure love. Tomorrow is the beautiful dawn you have been waiting for. I am always with you in the quiet moments. I will never leave your side no matter how dark the road might seem, so trust the profound peace that is settling heavily in your chest right now. You are completely safe in my eternal arms. Step into your glorious new reality today with absolute confidence. Heaven is rejoicing over your triumphant return home.